Greetings and welcome, fellow YouTubers out there. This week on the weekly update, we have a little look in the state of play. Sony has announced PSVR for the PlayStation 5, and we look into the gangster's paradise that is Blood and Truth. All that coming up in this week's weekly update. Hi, greetings and welcome, fellow YouTubers. This week has been one of those weeks. A lot of news that have been coming at us fast and furious, especially on the PlayStation front. Now, PlayStation originally came up with the, what do they call it? The state of play, where they announced all these wonderful PlayStation VR games. Sorry, not PlayStation VR games. They announced all these wonderful PlayStation games, including a lot of PlayStation 5 games. Now, for the state of play, it is quite a bit of an event, and there were hundreds of thousands of people watching it live. In fact, when I was watching the when I was watching the chat going, it was just going by so fast, wondering how on any earth is anyone ever reading any of that, because it goes by so fast, as there were so many people watching it at the time. I did try to get a little bit of a watch. I was going to stream it. I was going to stream it while I was watching it, but I discovered that I really wanted to get to bed at that time. And as I was watching it, I kind of fell asleep. So when I woke up and I saw the comments in there, I found that I was not alone with that. A lot of other people were a little bit bored with some of the results that I got on there. There were quite a few bland games out there. Some games like Deathloop. I am not really that interested in PvP. If you guys know me, you know I'm more of a PvE person. I like the storyline. I like the high graphics. I like the single player experience. Unfortunately, a lot of the games that are showing like that Blast City or something, as well as like Deathloop, they don't really do too much for me. But there was a couple of games that I did actually kind of like the look of, such as, I think it was, what was it, K-E-N-A or X-E-N-A. I can't actually see it with that graphics, X-E-N-A. I mean, that actually pretty much looks like a decent style game. And that Five Nights of Freddy's. Yeah, I bet Matt Pat is going to be loving the fact there's now a new Five Nights of Freddy's game out. Originally, there was one coming out every other week. As soon as one game was finished, another one was coming out, and Matt Pat was trying to just find out all the history and lore and just basically blow it all out of proportion. But yeah, there was no lore for Five Nights at Freddy. We do like a little bit of horror on here. In fact, a lot of my VR games are done inside the Five Nights at Freddy's, and yeah, we do have some fun with that. And to see the new Five Nights at Freddy's game, I thought that really looked kind of interesting. They saw more flushing out the story there. I mean, you see like this security guy going up in this elevator, like, you must leave or find a way out before the morning comes, otherwise they're here to get you. They will track you down, they will find you. You know, as scary as Five Nights at Freddy is, I am kind of looking forward to that. The Final Fantasy game, I can't tell if that is a part 2 or part 1 or still part 1 of Final Fantasy 7. I mean, it looks like it could be a part 2, but what do they call it? Like revamped, remastered or something? I don't know. It'd be. Oh, I was it. Sorry, right afternoon. Yeah, I did have the notes down here. Let me read the notes. What did I put in my notes? Yeah, the remake integrate version. I'm not sure if that's like part 1 or part 2. But I mean, the Final Fantasy game does look like it's really good, but I was a big fan of the original not Five Nights at Freddy's. I was a big fan of the original Final Fantasy VII. I loved that game. When it first came out, I played it, and I spent months playing it, getting myself into the story, getting myself into the lore, building my characters up, and really just taking it to it, and just delving right in. And now, when it come back, I just see it as a cash grab. Yes, they've kind of remastered it and made it look much, much better than it originally was. But for me, I don't think it will ever truly, ever proper capture the essence of when I first played it back like 20 years ago or whenever it was that I played it. But, so yeah, I have kind of been avoiding Final Fantasy VII. The Oddworld Soulstorm. I did try to get into Oddworld. When it became free. It does look like a promising story arc, and I think a lot of people are actually praising Oddworld for its uniqueness as a platformer, and as well as all the decent graphics that are going for it. But again, I tried getting into Oddworld previously. I just don't think that it's my style, though. I think as I'm more of the run and gun and shoot 'em up. If I can't blow 'em up with guns and bombs and bullets and so on, or magic spells and incantations. But I hope. Oddworld does actually look like a decent game. I might give it a try, but it's not one that is going to be on my wish list. But yeah, I think that's kind of what we got on there. I did notice. One thing I don't like about the PlayStation 5 is that I do see a lot of games out there that are specifically aimed at the PlayStation 5 they're aimed at the next generation console, but have got previous generation graphics. Now, I do know that stylized art form is something that a lot of people like. But for me, with the new computer graphics, with the new consoles, I want to see that unique, ultra realistic wonder that comes from the graphics card that can produce it. I want to see proper computer graphics come from it, and things like these. I'm getting very negative about these, considering how much positive that I've got for the positivity that I've got for the PlayStation 5. I'm being very negative about this, but I am sorry about that. But yeah, well, I don't think I have much more about the state of play, apart from the fact, yes, there were some good things, such as like the Five Nights at Freddy's. Looks awesome. Looking forward to that. The Final Fantasy also looks good. I think a lot of people will love that, as well as Oddworld Soulstorm. But yeah, moving on. PlayStation VR 2.0. Well, I've been calling it PlayStation VR 2.0 for the last 2 years. For the last couple of years, we have been looking at blueprints for the PlayStation VR 2.0, or say the next iteration of the PlayStation VR, and we've got several people making their own concept art and design and such. In fact, or actually no, not out of the way. This way, you see here. This video that's probably playing on behind me right now is a pretty decent concept art by a VR player of how he perceives, well, I'm not sure if it's how he perceives, but it's how they look at the PlayStation VR. This isn't real. This isn't an advert. It's just one of his ideas, and I certainly recommend check out his channel just to see what you think. But yeah, the PlayStation VR 2.0. Now, also, when we've talked about this way back when, we saw blueprints, schematics, not only of the headset, but of also like the Move control as well. And it's sort of, indicates that they will be using things like inside-out technology, pretty much like the Oculus Quest. They're using inside-out technology and replacing their light sensors for IR sensors as well. So therefore, all the fiddly, all the sensor equipment and stuff would actually be inside the joysticks, or the Move 2.0, the second generation of Move controllers, as well as the headsets, looking with cameras built into the headset that looks out and determines whereabouts you are in the room. No need for external cameras, which, I mean, this isn't confirmed yet, but this is how we believe that it's going to work going forward. They said there's many things that they said that they're going to try and do it. They're trying to have inside-out technology for headsets. As I said, IR sensors to improve the sensors equipment. Because you know what we got for Moves at the moment? We got the Move controller at the moment. It is using, I mean, how old is that? 10, 15 years old? And we've been using that all the way back since like the PlayStation 2. Yeah, I think that's about right. PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and we're still using the same type of Move controllers we used all the way back then. I think it was the PlayStation 2. It's so long ago, I can't even remember. But yeah, so it needs an new design. And Sony has actually just announced over the past week on their Twitter account that they are going to be that the PSVR for the PSVR for the PlayStation 5 is a thing, and it will be coming out not this year. It doesn't look like it will be this year, 2021, but could possibly be early, mid, late, sometime next year in 2022. Or we might at least get another proper announcement or specs or some sort of release of information in 2022. So that is something that we are going to look forward to. A lot of people have thought, oh, is it going to be coming out? But now is a good sign. I never had any doubts. I always knew that PSVR 2.0 is going to be a thing, whatever they called it. And along with it will come a new type of Move controllers, because the PlayStation has been needing that for such a long time. And lastly, what did we have here? We had Blood and Truth. That was the game that we've been playing for this week. The game Blood and Truth. And you know what? This is a bloody brilliant game, despite its flaws. Now, I did have a couple of flaws at first. Firstly, not figuring out which controller I was supposed to be using. When I started out, I thought, right, yeah, let's use the aim controller. This is a game that needs the aim controller. No, aim controller doesn't work. Okay, throw it away. What about the Move controller? Yeah, if you want to hit it, okay, throw that away. What, the Move controller? Right, okay, got the Move controllers. And it was made basically moving from point to point and then wave shooting everyone as they came in at you. Which I didn't like in part. I didn't like that style of movement, but it kind of worked. I think this is the only game that I've played that style of movement actually worked when you got into it. So you go move, because they've got such a really rich storyline. And the scenes and designs and layouts are very well laid out, such as like you start by hiding behind like a brick as like airplanes fly over you, bombs going off everywhere, and then you start having to shoot up the people that are coming up and attacking you. And once you're all clear, then you move to the next one, pick the locks, go through the gate, go down the drainage well, swing, throw, jump off the cliff and into a rainstorm. It is just so much action. The slow-mos they got, on point, perfect. I love it. Explosions, beautiful. I love my explosions, and this does some wonderful explosions, such as like the casino. Well, that's one of my favourite scenes. The casino, when you go your first area, you wander around a little bit of the casino, planting C4 explosives here, there and everywhere, and as you go on, they ask for I'm going to need a little bit of distraction as you go through. You want a distraction? Get out a nice trigger bomb. Yep, I can give you a distraction. And as you're watching that, as you're going down in the lift, you click the buttons, you see the explosions going off, and I'm just go, oh, that is so sweet. Love it. Yes, and yeah, browsing some artwork. So what do you? I love the tagline. I think they did this in the trailer. So what did you today? Oh, we took like a walk in the park, and yeah, we went to see some fine art. Had a little visit to the casino. I think I might have broken a window or two. and at the end, yeah, we kind of toppled a tower. But the actual gameplay, you see, the actual gameplay, walk in a park is like bombs and explosions going off everywhere, and then the art gallery. I love the art gallery. The art gallery was so much fun. When you first come down here and you say, oh, just going to have a little look at this. Just so, but is this supposed to come off? Bang, 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 bang. That looks expensive. I didn't do it. You know, we sort of do it. I can't prove anything. And yeah, it was funny. It was beautiful. It was a great game to play. I mean, except for I had that one game-breaking bug right near the end, and I think that kind of like spoiled it a little bit for me. Right near the end, there was this bit where we had to get onto the airplane, get onto a moving airplane as it's about to take off. So you jump off the car, then you climb up the ladders, get to the top level. There's a button there, but the button won't do anything. So you just got to like wait at the top level, and then when the gear goes up, lights come up, and then you can press the button to open up the hatch and get in. Now, I did this over and over again, and each time the gears went up, the ladder vanished, and I just fell to my death. Every single blinking time I tried restarting the game, it still kept on doing it over and over again. I even restarted the entire console just to see if that happened, but it just kept on going, and the only way for me to get around it was to play the entire game again from scratch, all the way back to the beginning. Yeah, not good. and I think that bit is right at the end as well, so that was a little bit of a downer. The reason that I know that that's kind of what you do is because I did my previous game about a year or so back when it first came out, and it worked fine then. I watched my little gameplay video footage of that, and that's exactly what happens. When you get to the top, just wait for a bit, and then all of a sudden the lights come up, and then you can press the button. I watched a couple of other YouTubers who do it. They just did exactly the same. Get up to the top, wait a bit, lights come up, then they press the button. But unfortunately, when I got there, it just crashed, and I had to end the stream there because there wasn't anything further that I could do. Even though, like I said, I was like banging on the button first, didn't do anything. Tried waiting on different levels of the stairs, didn't do anything. I tried sticking my head through the ceiling, but the stairs just fell, and that was a bad part. Sorry about that. But yeah, game breaking glitches aside, it is an A+ game. I certainly do recommend it. It was a wonderful game to play. I don't have any questions of the week or Minecraft activity to talk about today, simply because things are moving around, so I'm kind of like working on this video throughout Saturday. Hopefully I should be ready to upload it for tomorrow on Sunday. We might do some Minecraft with my missus on Sunday. Depends first if that we can tidy up the house first or not, because tidying up the house is going to have to come first, I'm afraid, and we'll have to talk about Minecraft after that. But yeah, if we do some Minecraft, that might come on just before this video. I'm planning to upload this, have this video scheduled for, well, you'll know when, because you'll be watching it. Okay, well, that all aside, hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed in creating this. Please, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys out there.